How is everybody's Tuesday going? It's a bit quiet. Interesting. Very quiet. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let me try something real quick. Is this any better? Probably. Testing. 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 Is it quiet or is the music too loud? That is the question. Good. Perfect. Cool. Cool. Yes, very. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right, let us hop in to Planet Coaster while you guys are all here. All right. A reminder that I'm not a mod on YouTube at the moment. There you go. All right. First YouTube stream. There may be technical difficulties. There probably shouldn't be, but if there are, let me know. My computer does have a tendency to sometimes just die in the middle of a stream, so if that happens, I'll be back, and I'll let you guys know what happened. But let's hop over into the game. Alright. I feel like the mic might be a little too loud now. Seems like it's peaking, but... What's up? How's life going? George, it is going well. How is life going for you? If it starts sounding bad, that is when we're gonna have problems, but... Like, if it peaks like that, it could be a problem, but I can always just turn it down a little bit here, and we should be good. Alright, so we are going to be doing a bunch of tree work today, because this all needs trees, and I don't want to go super crazy with the rocks, although if you've caught me on Twitch, you know that I can go pretty crazy with the rocks. So, yeah, we're going to try to take it easy on the rocks a little bit, but we do need some trees back here, and I felt like it wasn't going to be like an episode-worthy episode, you know? It's going to be a lot of just plopping and placing and not really super micro-adjusting, so I figure we'll do it live, and you guys can help out, and we'll just hang out and have some fun, so... Alright. I need to do my homework right now, but it can wait. Yeah, you can always do it alongside. Alright, I want to start a building over here, so what I'm going to do is place down a wall. And we're going to work off that building, just in case we want to... you know, move a bunch of stuff at once or whatever. We don't have to deal with the weird tools that they gave us to do that. So that's good. Man. Alright. What's your favorite park you made? Honestly, I've only made one park, and this is it. So, this one, obviously. I've started a couple other saves where I've basically just built rides, like 1 or 2 rides. But it was nothing noteworthy. I was just kind of trying to figure out the game, I think, at that point. But yeah, this is the one and only from me. And as you can tell, it takes a while to build at the level that I expect to build at. So we're just going to be placing and rotating a lot of trees here. This area is a little weird. I don't really know what I want to do yet over here, so we'll kind of take it easy there. I did a little bit of landscape work, terrain terraforming, if you will, just here and there, trying to get some hills, some rolling hills in here, sharpen all that up. This island, I didn't really talk about this in the last video, but there used to be a bunch of terrain covering this track, and now there's not. So yeah, that was taken out. This island is more of an island now. It was more of like a peninsula, but now it's an island. I like this better. I think it flows a lot better. So that's, yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. It's a little weird now because the reason this track kind of did what it did over here was to go through that, and I think we could have maybe done something a little bit different now, but I think it's cool because the cars actually fly by this waterfall, and it still adds a little bit of value over there, so that's all nice. But yeah, I mean, we're just trying to kind of get some nature work filled out over here. And really, I'd like to blend it into what's off the map, although it's kind of weird. I have these hills butted right up onto our boundary. Unfortunately, we can't really adjust anything over there, so we're going to try to blend some trees out if we can. This little cliffside thing is just going to have to be what it is, I guess. We're not really intending to build anything past here. I do eventually want to put a resort or like a hotel over here on this hill because you can't beat that view. That view is awesome. So there you go. But yeah, this is just gonna eventually end up being just some nature, so I guess we'll kind of do that now. The chat is moving way faster than I'm usually used to, so if you do need something immediate, tag me in it, and I will be able to see it a little bit easier. What is the usual day that you upload Planet Coaster? I was trying for Thursdays. I was doing okay for a couple weeks there, but it's kind of, I don't know, my schedule is fluid, unfortunately. I don't have all day to work on these videos. Like, I really wish I could go full-time into this, but I can't, unfortunately. But I think Thursdays has kind of been working. But the past couple videos have come out on the weekend, so it's really usually just late week. You should build a B&M sometime, like a flyer or something else. Giga coaster. Yeah, something like that would be cool. I think the next one may be a B&M type coaster. I would like to do a suspended coaster. There's been a lot of requests for suspended coasters. So I am thinking of doing like a suspended coaster maybe around here. I feel like right down the main path, you'd see a suspended coaster kind of go right there. That'd be kind of cool. So I think this is a perfect spot. I think the drop hill could maybe drop and twist you down this way. Like if you came up this way and dropped down this way, it could be kind of cool. So that is in the plans. I also was looking, we have this really cool space down here, and I think we're gonna get the restaurants. So I think we may do a restaurant like to fill up this space right here. It could be kind of cool. It's gonna probably be in the same style as these buildings, so this whole plaza will be really cool. We could call it like the Lodge or something. So I think that'll be interesting. Hello, Mason. I do see you. Alright, so I'm just gonna get back to plopping some trees down here. You could pull the weird hill back and cover it with flowers to make it look better. Or make an arrow out of flowers. Interesting. Hello, Mile High Drawings. What's going on, man? I will say that I do tend to try to do streams on Twitch, although if this goes well, and we have had a bunch of people watching and chatting so far, so maybe we might start doing some streams on YouTube for Planet Coaster. We might leave Twitch as like its own thing for different kinds of games that might not fit on the channel. It kind of depends. This is kind of a test stream for me. As far as I like to pull the streams down and then edit them into the videos. So you take out a lot of the fluff stuff where I'm not really doing too much, or I'm chatting and nothing's going on the screen. I like to cut all that out. So actually for a little while now, there's been live streams incorporated into the Cedar Flags episodes, which hopefully, if I'm doing my job right, you guys probably barely noticed. Except for the one time I forgot to edit out the stream overlay. I commented on your recent video, but since you're streaming, I thought I'd address it now. The coaster color should be dimmer to add to realism, like the sun faded to color. That's an interesting thought. We could potentially do that. It is a little bright right now, I will probably admit that. Hello, Nightmare Freddy, what's going on? Not the best, but better than Twitch. Oh, thanks, Mason. I'm trying, man. Honestly, I don't know anything about the stream game over on YouTube. This is my first one. And yeah, I don't know if people over here would like to watch this kind of stream. I understand it could get a little, I guess, boring at times. But I think it's interesting to see the creative process that goes into this. Like when I edit the videos, I cut out a lot of the stuff where I'm just kind of trying different pieces and getting it to fit. I try to keep some of the method in of like how I do stuff, but you don't see all of that, unlike on a live stream where you will see every minute piece that we're doing. Do you have any tips for building? I'm so bad. Oh, no one's that bad, okay? I mean, I started out in this game, I was bad. So it's something you pick up over time, that's for sure. The one thing that I always try to tell people is do what I did, and that is go to the Steam Workshop, find something that you like and that you want to build, like a building like that, and then download it and use it as a reference piece, because then you'll get it right in next to you. You can see, obviously, if you like it, someone's using the pieces that you like, so you'll be able to go into that building and like figure out exactly what pieces they're using, and then you can start to use it. The biggest thing for me in this game was learning what pieces did what. So you get this game and you're like, whoa, there's so many pieces in here. Like, you get overwhelmed, you know, you don't really know what's what. So it's easier to just download something that someone's already done, and then you can just break apart what they did. And then you'll start to learn from there. So that's my advice. I like having this line of these trees here. We can also put in these trees that I've recently really been liking, these cypress trees? Cypress? Put this in here like this. This will be kind of a little bit of a curated area in terms of landscaping. I do want most of this to just kind of be random and natural looking stuff. There's some awkward areas in here, like these hills. I'm entirely sure what to do with. We could potentially pull these, like this terrain over and make these tunnels. That could maybe work. So we'll leave that for a while. We'll think about that. I love your videos. Thank you, Freddy. I wish I could do more of them for you guys, but this takes a lot of time to do. Like, I think I've definitely talked about this, but every video that I do, there's like probably 6 to upwards of maybe 10 hours worth of footage that I've recorded, and then you gotta edit it all together. It's just, it takes forever. And even if I think if I were like full-time, if I were doing this full-time, I still probably would only maximum be able to get a video out like every other day. It's just that time consuming. Well, that said, I do want to start doing some more Let's Play type videos on the channel. I have Tropico, the new Tropico beta, so I've been hoping to get a video out on that hopefully within the next couple days. I still have to record that. But I do love Tropico, so hopefully you guys would love that too, but I'm not sure how that would go. I've done some different videos on the channel here and there, but none of them are really as popular, but then again, I haven't really pushed those games that much either, so I guess it just kind of makes up for itself in time. What are my PC specs? They are listed on my Twitch page if you want to head over there and check them out. I don't have the greatest PC up to like modern standards, but I mean, it's got a I have like an AMD 8350 as a processor, which is technically a multi-core. It's supposed to, they say it's 8-core, but it's not really 8-core. But it has been doing well for a while. I have a 1070 graphics card and then 32 gigs of RAM that I needed for the City Skylines series when I was playing that game, which is another game that I want to get back into at some point. I just have no idea when that's going to be. Where is that tree that I like? It's these. These trees are cool, but in the thumbnails they look really like weird, so I never really noticed them until recently. Now I'm all about them. I like Planet Coaster. Yeah, a lot of my audience nowadays loves Planet Coaster. The series gets a lot of love, and I love that. I like that you guys like this, and I like that we're doing something that's not, I guess, terrible. I mean, I really love what we're doing here. And theme parks are one of my favorite things in the world, so if I could build my own, it makes it all that much better. Alright, so really while I'm going through this, I just kind of want to keep trees out of the line of the coaster for the most part. We have this train track to contend with as well, which I think once we get all this nature work done in here, it's going to basically complete this section of the train track. How has my day been? It's been pretty good. It's been a little long. I worked a lot, like 10 hours yesterday, and then I took off work a little bit earlier today just to come home and nap before the stream, but it's all good now. How has your day gone? Oh, that one is in the ground. You don't want that to happen. Ride all the rides. I do want to ride all the rides in like videos when we're pretty much done with this park. I want to put like a full on-ride video of each ride down. I don't know if I'd break that up into like multiple videos or if I'd do that all as one video. But it's going to be really cool. Like, I've been doing point of view rides as we build. But I feel like when the park's done, it's going to be even cooler to see like all of the scenery and the skylines and stuff like that. Net with the $5, what is that, super chat? Thank you, Net. Snack reload. So we're just trying to vary up the trees a little bit. Like I said, it's not like super important back here, but I do want to get a good mix and a good density back here, and I think this is pretty good. I think closer to the track we may go in with some rocks, make it look a little bit cooler. I was thinking about doing like a tunnel back here at some point, but I think at this point, maybe tunnel isn't going to be the way to go. I love this coaster just going back into some nature. Like I said, this is the part of the park that we were never really going to expand into anyway. Oh, we need to get those oak trees back there. Will there be a POV for the arrow coaster at the end of the stream? I guess we could do that. Yeah, sure. There will eventually be a full-on video for the ride when we're done with everything, and I think that might actually be after this stream. So yeah, I mean, we're just finishing all this up. I didn't want to do like a video for the ride and then you ride it and basically there's nothing around the track the entire way. I don't feel like that's cool. But when this is done, I think we're not going to have that much left to do in terms of theming around it. Just do it in one video for all the POV rides? Yeah, that could be cool. I mean, we have all of our coaster POVs. There's the alert. Wow, that took a minute to get there. Alright, thanks again, Net. Have I ever met anyone famous that's a YouTuber? Like in real life? No. Even like the digital world, not really. I don't do a very good job of like networking myself. Which is something that I should probably work on if I want to grow the channel. I've never been a huge fan of like collabs. You've met myself. Oh, I've met yourself. You've met yourself. Yes, that is true. I meet myself every morning. I do need the oak trees. I've been putting sycamore trees down, but I don't know if we've necessarily put sycamore trees down around the rest of the park, so I'm gonna ask if I can send a super chat. Of course you can send a super chat. It's up to you. It is enabled, and it will eventually pop up on the screen. This could look a little bit more dense in here. For the most part, we're okay. We're gonna have to get in and do a little bit of terrain work. I do want to get some of these oak trees down since we have been building with a lot of these lately. So we'll just kind of sprinkle these here and there. BRB, gotta eat dinner. Have a good dinner. We'll see you back here shortly. What's my favorite video game? Like, all time? Judging by the amount of hours I put in, it's probably got to be Rocket League. I play that game so much and I love it. It reminds me of real sports. In terms of like a simulator game or like a tycoon game, ooh, that's a tough one. Definitely Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 is up there. Honestly, The Sims 2, I think, is probably still up there. That game was amazing, and all I really ever did in that game was build houses. Software Inc. is another game that goes way under the radar for a lot of people, but it's a really good tycoon game. Probably one of the best tycoon games I've played in recent times. I guess I could throw City Skylines up there. I got a little burnt out on that game. But I bet when I go back to it, it's going to be like really refreshing, and it's going to be a really great game once again. And then this game, I mean, I guess that's my, top 6 or whatever. Hello, Great King. Gotta get that Rocket League tourney going. We should do that one of these weekends. Not this weekend, I'm out of town. But yeah, one of these weekends over on Twitch, I will do some sort of Rocket League tournament or something. We'll just have some fun with that. Rainbow Six Siege is great. I've heard that. I've never played it, but I feel like I would. I'd like it. I played the Battlefield 5 beta. That, honestly, is really... It's a different game now. It's really cool. And if you were hating on Battlefield for whatever they were doing, I'd say give it a chance before making a final decision, or at least wait to see what happens. There's a lot of people who are just hating on that game right now just because it's the thing to do. But it's going to be a really good game. I do like shooters. That Leaf is going through the ride, which is something we don't want to do. Your favorite movie is Batman Forever. Interesting. I've never really been into, and I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, but I've never really been into superhero movies, I'll be honest. I was never into comic books as a kid either, so that probably is where that comes from. But, yeah, I mean, it's just never been my cup of tea. Mile High with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate it. And eventually, your name will pop up on the screen. Alright. I do want to take the terrain paintbrush now. I love this grass texture under trees. Also, these leaves under trees are really good, too. So we're just going to spray some of this. So, in my mind, this rougher grass is more like a mossy thing. It's like no one's really cut the grass, so I think that's why I like it in these curated areas where there aren't landscapers going around and cutting grass. So I do like to throw these back here. We'll also mix in some dirt and some of that fallen leaf texture. Gravel would be really cool too. $2 from SKG. You're my favorite. Keep it up. Thank you. I intend to keep it up. Now, thank you guys so much for all the donations. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, I wouldn't be into doing this, you know? I mean, I'd still play these games, but I wouldn't push myself as hard as I push myself to do this kind of stuff. So, as much as you guys thank me, I have to thank you right back. So we definitely are gonna have to go in with like a finer tooth comb. But for now, I just like to sprinkle some of this stuff around. I like to have trees not growing on rock, which is one thing that you will pretty much see in nature. We will mix a little bit of that rock texture in here and there, though. $2 is popped up. I don't know, did Mile High's dono get in? I don't think it popped up. Oh, there it is. That was weird. What am I using? Stream Elements? Yeah, for some reason Stream Elements doesn't like YouTube that much. So I might look at maybe going over to Streamlabs for all my alert stuff for YouTube. Cheers, great to stop by for a while. Yeah, I mean, this is chill. I like this. It's always great to chat with you guys. I can't really do that in comments. I try to do that when my videos go up, depending on the time of day. I try to, at least, if I'm available, I try to respond to a lot of the earlier comments on my videos, but in a live chat, it's definitely way more interactive. Alright, so we're taking the dirt here. We've turned it down, and we're just kind of going to sprinkle this around the tracks, especially the railroad. I've been a huge fan of mixing different terrain paints lately in this game. You can get a lot of really interesting colors and different looks to your park when you do this kind of stuff. You don't really necessarily need it to just be grass or just be dirt under there. You can get a lot of different looks by just kind of going through and making some little patches of dirt, some little patches of grass, and then definitely mix some rocks and stuff in there, especially on the hills and the cliff sides. I like watching you live because it's kind of hard to keep up while the video's in time-lapse, but I'm fine with it. Yeah, it's different. It's way different. The time-lapses, I speed them up anywhere between like 6 to 8 times, like real-time speed. So they're going 8 times faster, which is probably borderline a little too fast. Especially for how much I like to turn the camera around and stuff. I can understand how it is annoying. But those videos are more for like seeing the entire process through instead of seeing like exactly how maybe the process was done. Alright, let's get the leaf texture in here. You can always turn this up a little bit. Since a lot of this is under trees, there would be fallen leaves. So we're gonna go through here and get that sorted. Pretty sure there's a mod or something on the workshop that you can extend the park borders. I don't think so. I don't think you can mod this game yet. And if you can, I've been missing out on a lot of stuff. But we are getting custom scenery in the game at some point soon. Well, maybe not soon, but I'd say probably, hopefully by the end of the year. But yeah, eventually we'll be able to get custom like assets and scenery work and stuff, which for me means custom signs, which is going to be awesome. I've been wanting that for a while. So instead of using billboards, which billboards were a good thing to use in the interim, and we can get like full-on 3D textured signs. It's going to be really, really cool. I wonder if that branch is too close to the track. Let's get a car coming down here. My favorite video game is called Five Nights at Freddy's. It's a horror game, and you might not... I've heard of it. Those games I've never really played. I feel like I would... I don't know. Pee myself a little. Jump scares are not my thing, I'll be honest. It'd probably be interesting to watch, but... Will you put twigs and shrubs? Yeah, we can put some of that stuff in. I would say this tree might be a little too close to the track. Maybe if we pull it back like this and give it a little twist like that will be okay. I wish Six Flags Astro World still existed. Isn't that like a ghost town nowadays? That was hit by... Was that hit by the hurricane? Or was that closed before the hurricane? Or am I thinking of something completely different altogether? Alright, I think we're going to try to make this into like a tunnel over here. We're going to give it a try and see what happens. It should pull through. Yeah, there we go. It gives this place a little, or this area a little bit more of a different look, which I think is cool. We can maybe do a little bit more stuff over here. These supports, I've been kind of trying to keep them as single supports, but like I don't know if I like when they like toggle like that between double support and single supports. So I might try to keep them as double supports throughout here. So we'll keep that like that. We gotta then tunnel through here, which is going to be interesting to try to get done correctly. Ugh, I don't know if that's going to be possible. These are so close together. I guess we could always change them. I would assume they'd be in 2 different tunnels. Or we could just not do this all together. Bye, I'm going to go now. Alright, Freddy, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a good night. I think it might be more powerful if it's not in a tunnel. I wonder if I can undo back to that far. We'll see. Astro World was in Houston. If you're using the base map for your park, just slap the park into the editor and just extend the borders. Wait, you can do that? I'll have to take a look at that. Because if you can do that, it'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I don't necessarily want to go out and build stuff back here, but it'd be nice to kind of blend this in a little bit better than it is. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. I didn't know that was even possible. Alright. So with that said, I think this painting should be a little bit more skewed toward the stone over here. I love this stone texture. It's really cool. I do like mixing in some of the flatter stone though as well, especially on flatter parts. I like this texture as more of like a cliffside, and then the smooth texture kind of toward the top of builds, or the flatter areas. I love your channel. Keep up the amazing work. Thank you. First million. This music is super chill. That's what I'm going for. I love it. Our streams are usually fairly chill, so why not keep the music within the same mood? I think you can do a Batman clone in the park. I haven't really looked into it. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily want to do any like recreations in the park. I feel like those are subject to heavy criticism, which is not like a bad thing, but we are kind of just in our own world at this point. It's going to be interesting when we get our custom scenery items, because people are going to start to be able to make really cool recreations of rides. Although, that said, we could always take influence from Batman and maybe not clone it per se, but do a ride in the spirit of Batman. There's a limit to how much you can add to the borders, but seeing as how you haven't adjusted them, you have plenty of room to play with. Okay. Yes, that'll be cool. Alright, so this is like when you start to paint the terrain, stuff looks really different. It starts to really take its own character, which is cool. I do like to blend terrain in a little bit too, so I'm trying to do that. How much is this game? I don't even remember. It's on sale a lot nowadays too. Especially, they'll probably put it back on sale around the holidays, I would think. Especially if they have a big patch coming out. Love your work. Thanks, Nicholas. I think you should continue to stream on Twitch. Why do you say so? $30? That kind of sounds familiar. Ooh, we gotta adjust that terrain right there. Was this a full price, like $60 game? I don't think so. Maybe it was. I feel really weird buying a game for full price nowadays. Like, I've played so many indie games that are like $30 tops. Actually, maybe it is that expensive. Huh. But no, I've played so many good $30 games nowadays that I feel like paying anything over that is like too much. I wish we had a gravel spray paint. Because like this is just straight up rock, which I guess is a good compromise. This tree's probably going to be too low for a train to go through. We'll have to make sure the trains aren't clipping through anything either. But I do like to have the train tracks on gravel, or like rock. But yeah, we don't have any gravel currently. Are we clipping through that? It's almost too close. There we go. It's only $30. Okay. Just gonna try to follow this train under the trees and make sure we're good. Which looks pretty good on this side. This one might be a little close. There's eventually going to be another station right here, which will be really cool because it's going to go right into our hotel resort area. I feel like these trains are really close together. I feel like they shouldn't be so close together. They charge you $30 and then DLC, so you end up paying $60. That's true. But still, it's better than... Like, I was looking at The Sims again, because I love The Sims, but I just... If you want to buy the full Sims 3 with all the DLC, it's like $300. That's absurd. That is absurd. With all, like, the stuff packs and everything, and all the... Like, they have expansion packs, and then they just have, like, stuff. Which I guess you don't really need the stuff, it's just, like, different outfits and things for people to wear, but, like... It's still a lot of money. Alright, we definitely still need to put a bunch of, like, shrubbery in here. Just some, like, undergrowth and that kind of stuff. So, we'll throw some of that down. It's gonna be interesting to see, like, what we need to care about. Like, I don't think we necessarily need to put a bunch of stuff down here, but I think closer to the track, probably gonna need to put some, like, shrubs down. Just here and there, because that is what you're going to be seeing when we do the on-ride video and when we, you know, actually go through and ride the ride. What coaster are we adding next? I'm really considering doing a suspended coaster, so I think we're going to do that. Talked about that a little bit earlier, but yeah, I want to do a suspended coaster, not like a swinging coaster, but just a straight up inverted coaster. You can put trees underground with the tops just barely sticking out, so it's like a 3D grass texture. Oh, that's kind of cool. Maybe, yeah, that could be kind of cool. I don't think we necessarily need to do that back here since it's so far away from people, but I think moving forward, that could be an interesting trick. I was also thinking about it, like, we might want to start putting, like, lily pads in the water. Because we have so much water nowadays. Oh, that is literally floating in a tree. Don't need that. We could start growing things in the water, which is probably a good idea. We've had, like, I put some of those dead trees in the water, like they were living there, and then the water like changed flow, and then it kind of drowned the trees. That's something I've done, but I've never really messed around with the lily pad situation. This is gonna look so different by the end of this. Just having some trees back here really helps. By some, I mean we have a ton of trees. Look at it, it looks so much better now. Would I ever make a recreation park or coaster? Maybe a coaster. I don't think I'd do it in a park. Like, I don't think I'd do it in this park. I feel like a recreation park is just a lot of work. That's a big project to bite off. But I feel like doing like a recreation of a coaster would be kind of fun. Be interesting to see if you could push the limits of this game to match like a real coaster. I mean, they did their own with Steel Vengeance, so I wonder how accurate that is to the real ride. You can only put 1 or maybe 2 cars on that, or trains on that in-game ride though, right? Like, they didn't have the block sections done properly in that model. So, actually, you know what? I wonder... So the one kind of cool thing about them putting that into the game is that you can use it for scale. Like, I know Steel Vengeance is a massive roller coaster, but when you look at it, you can use it to scale what you've already built. So, like, our Gravity Mod ride is probably fairly realistic. The Alpine Spirit ride's probably a little big. And this new coaster is absolutely massive. But, yeah, you can basically see a real-world example of a coaster in the game. And then see how good, I guess, you've done. Even though Steel Vengeance has 3 trains, yeah, it's kind of weird. I've heard, weren't they having issues trying to run 3 trains, though? I'm not like a super coaster enthusiast, but I do browse the roller coaster subreddit occasionally. You know what, we should probably follow a train, this train right here. Just make sure we're not going to hit any trees. I still play Rollercoaster Tycoon 3. I'd actually be curious to boot that up and see what it's like nowadays. We should be pretty good in terms of trees not clipping through the ride. I think we're pretty good on the railroad. They took 2 trains off because they bumped into each other? Wow. Brakes failed? Yikes. That's not good. Hello, Karsten. What's going on? A swinger coaster? That could be interesting. Those are more of like family type coasters though, right? Those aren't necessarily super intense from what I understand. But then again, I have been doing mostly intense type rides, so I do think more family friendly rides could be a good addition to this park. Alright, so I think we're pretty good in terms of trees going into the train track. Haven't really looked at the coaster yet. Steel Vengeance is all good now? That's good. Are the wait times still absurd? I mean, I think, isn't Cedar Point down to their weekends only schedule? But I thought they were at like 4-hour wait times for that ride. That's insane. You're gonna get that, but I've heard it's like one of the best rides ever now. And of course that's subjective, but I didn't make it out there this year. I guess there's still some time, but I don't think I'm going to make it out there this year. I think next year is the year I'll be out to Cedar Point again. The Superman coaster is a horizontal launch coaster. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, we could do something like that. We should do something like that. Those are fairly simple coasters to build. Is that the one that you shoot out of the station, you go up and you twist and you come back and go up backwards? Is that what I'm thinking? Was that at Jogga Lake? That's it? Okay. And then Cedar Point's got the Wicked Twister, which is basically that with a twist at the end. You waited 2 hours with a flash pass? Wow. Oh, my Dragon Challenge back. Oh, that's an impulse coaster? Okay. Like I said, I'm not super informed on that kind of stuff. It's actually crazy how much my FPS drops when I turn the game on. Wicked is trash though. I've only ridden? I think ridden it like once, maybe twice. It's nothing to write home about. Rocks! Yes. The famous rocks. Where's Net? Oh, I'm sure Net will have something to say about the rocks. Again, I don't want to go super intense with like rock work back here. I feel like it's not really worth it. It is kind of worth it to put some scattered throughout. But I don't want to, like, I've been doing a lot of really intricate rock work near the path systems. Back here it's more for effect than anything. An Arrow Swinger Coaster. That... I mean, this is technically... Well, this... I don't know if technically is the right word, but this is supposed to be an Arrow-themed coaster, or style coaster. Which I think we did a pretty good job with. But I'm sure some enthusiasts out there would probably pick it apart. Am I gonna add restaurants or hotels when the update comes? Restaurants are in the next update. I think we have hotels already. I do intend to do both. I think by the time the update comes out, we should be ready to do a restaurant. So that should be one of the first projects when that update comes out. But yeah. This coaster project has taken way longer than I intended. I think when I first had the first episode about building this coaster, I was thinking like 3 or 4 episodes worth of building, but it's taken so much longer than that. I think the sheer size of this has really been a big factor in that. Cedar barbecue? That's not a bad idea. I don't know how many more rocks we really want to put back here. I kind of want to keep them toward the cliffside stuff. Is that this is the really big rock. There we go. And then we may end up coming back in here and doing a little bit more rock texture just to fit all these in there, especially over here. Will Six Flags ever get a Giga? That is a question that I cannot answer. Alright, so we got our rocks kind of lined up. This is weird. So this is... Oh, yeah. So if you guys are saying I can expand the borders out, we can fix this. Because this is crammed right up to the edge of the park. So actually expanding this out to like here even would let us do a little bit easier terrain work. So I don't necessarily think I need to worry too much about this down here. You know, for just going through this with like a broad brush, I feel like we've done a fairly decent job. I did want to kind of put some of the shrubs. We already have those, but I think some of these might work. Because this is supposed to be a really natural area, so some things probably have died back here. So some of these around would probably work fairly well. Not that these are like dead, whatever these are, but like they are very twiggy, especially this one. This one's got some flowers still on it, but someone was asking for twigs, and that is exactly what I want to do back here. We did a lot of this stuff under the Alpine Spirit when we were putting the railroad through. That one might be a little too close. There we go. I came for rocks. This is the good life. That is true. Oh, you know what? We should probably put some rocks on the island. Actually, one of the reasons why I haven't done like an on-ride video for the railroad is because it hasn't been completed yet either. I guess we'll have to wait until we do the second station to do that video. It's also going to be really cool to see like the park from across the lake. Aero coasters pretty much run forever. That's true. There's still a lot of them around. Are you allowed to turn the train speed up in this game? Could you have like a 90-mile-an-hour train? You can. I don't know if it goes that fast. The weird thing that I kind of think about turning the train speed up is that I think it's fairly instantaneous. So when it leaves the station, it doesn't get like trains take a long time to get up to speed, but in this game it's just like, there it goes. So it's a little weird. Kind of have to look past that, I guess. Actually, some of these in the area where we have already built is probably a decent idea too. It's all about blending. When you're doing nature work in this game, it's all about blending areas together. Like, you should be able to hover over the park, like high up in the air, and it should look fairly coherent, or it should look like it was all flowing in terms of nature. Every time this game autosaves when I'm on a stream, freaks me out. I don't like it. My game freezes. I'm not sure what's happening. Trains can only go 20 miles an hour in this game. Yeah. I don't think we're up that high, although maybe we are. I don't even really remember what we put it at. I need to tweak that stuff again, too. I keep changing the track layout because I keep making new, or, like, changing this area. This turn... I do maybe want to do more rocks over here. And I don't want to go, like, super crazy with it, but I do want this to be more of, like, a rock split-off. Because this area is kind of just... terrain is kind of like that, so... do something like this. Maybe take this shrub away. Move this one back. I actually recently changed my mic setup too. I didn't get a new mic, I just changed how it was. Like, I have it in a boom arm on my desk, and I changed it to pointing upward. So now it's more in front of me, which is probably better. It's not off to the side anymore, which probably accounts for some of the volume stuff we had during the beginning of the stream, but... This is cool back here. No one's ever gonna come back here, but this is our special little part of the park. Will this go on the workshop when it's done? Yes. Up to, well, not up to episode. The latest episode from the channel is up on the workshop now, episode 35. I think I'm missing like a span of 10 episodes in there. But yeah, we'll get this one up as well. I gotta stay on top of that moving forward. I'm curious, like, do you guys actually go up and download these and play with them, or... I'm sure some people do. I don't know how many people are actually, like, actively going through. You can always do walking trails back there? Oh, that's interesting. Some of this laid out. I think anywhere where there's like a barren spot, we should maybe put some rock texture down. At least dirt would probably work. Do I plan on making collabs with other Planco YouTubers? It'd have to be a really... It'd have to be the right situation, I think. I don't know if like a full-on collaboration would be something I'd be super interested in, but like, I really would... I think it'd be cool to have like another Planet Coaster YouTuber come in and build something in the park, maybe. That could be kind of cool. Or like do that for somebody else's series too. I feel like that could be fun. I feel like my thing in this game might be landscaping. I don't know why I've fallen into that, but I really enjoy putting like landscape work down for some reason. Like this kind of stuff. When you are done with the park, are you going to get it reviewed by Channel 5 Gaming? I don't know who that is, I'll be honest. Is that a thing? Should I do that? Is that the thing to do? I could do that. That's the thing to do? Okay. If they are willing to do it, I will do it. Alright, everyone's telling me I should. Dang, I'll do it. I don't know when we're going to be done with the park, because this has taken so long already. I feel like we're getting there. I mean, let's be real. The maintenance shed is gonna be cool to do. This area might be like a coaster or some sort of kid area. Actually, a kiddie park would be kind of cool back here. I do want to do the hotel over here. And then maybe the inverted coaster over here. Some flat rides throughout the area. And then maybe another coaster, and that might be it. I mean, we don't necessarily have to build, like, everything out. So yeah, I mean, it's not that far off. All you have to do is submit it. He will eventually review it. Okay, cool. I will keep note of that. That would be kind of cool to see. RMC Raptor? Yeah, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I do think a swinging coaster could be cool though too, so maybe we'll do 2 inverted coasters.
Select a song.
I should definitely do some sort of kid area as well with like a kiddie coaster. And then after this park is done, I don't know if I want to do another park for a series. We might just start doing, like, really focused builds. But then again, I don't know. I also would like to get back into City Skylines at some point. A kiddie dark ride? Interesting. That could be kind of cool. It depends. Like, I don't know if we're going to plan on theming our kid area. But if we do, like, a kiddie mine ride would be kind of cool, I think. Where it goes into a mine tunnel, and then there's some stuff down there. Although I feel like everybody's probably done that by now. But then again, who cares? We're doing it for us. He has a huge Discord server. Okay. Is that all he does on his channel, is just review other people's work? Like, that's the gig right there. I should have started doing that. Man, this looks so much better now. It's crazy how different this looks. Do a bush style park? I've never been to Bush. What's it all about? This has always been kind of weird to me, this area. So I'm thinking... Should make a fishing pier on the lake. That could be kind of cool. Actually, a fishing, like a pier restaurant would be really cool. Like out here. I think, yes, that needs to happen. Alright. Trying to work with the smooth tool. I really don't like the smooth tool in this game. I'll be honest. It's not effective enough. Even with the intensity up to 100, it really doesn't move the terrain to smooth it at all. It's kind of weird. Alright. Oh, oops. Get some of that in there. This support is just weirdly close to that terrain, so I do kind of like having it down lower than the other one, but it's just strange. I think that's okay. Arrow suspended swinger fist the theme of this park? I'd probably agree, yeah. We'll probably do one of those near the kid area, or the family zone, or whatever we end up calling that area. Oh, you know what? We actually have to mix in some of the other colored rocks as well. These trees over here are kind of strange. I don't know if I like these being right here. I think if we're gonna put a tree there, we should put like one of these down here. These feel like much more independent trees for some reason. I don't know what that even is supposed to mean. But you understand. Off to grind some Rocket League. Have a good rest of the stream, man. Thanks for stopping by, Net. Good luck in your endeavors. We definitely need to do some more terrain type stuff back here. Man, everybody wants to see a hanging coaster. We're totally going to get to that at some point. Actually, it might be the next bigger project. The next coaster, I guess say. We're gonna need to do more flat rides. A lot of comments on the videos have been asking for more flat rides, which is true. We probably don't have enough. I'm a big fan of making custom attractions. I was wondering if I could make you a custom treetops course for your campground themed area. It could be near the fishing dock. It's interesting. I might be open to that. Oh, you know what I need to do over here? We have two sides of rocks over here. I think we need to maybe, throughout the middle of this, either make it rock or not rock, and then have the other side be rock as well in the terrain painting. Something like this, I think, is gonna look really nice. Honestly, I haven't been to a theme park or an amusement park since I've started playing this game, and I feel like the next time I go, I'm gonna notice all these things, like what's underneath the ride, like in areas where there are no people walking around, like what's down there? Just like a lot of dirt and gravel, I think, right? A lot of these areas are usually fenced off. I know that. I'm gonna be looking at theme parks with like a whole different eye when I go next time. Especially lighting. And I really want to go in and study how they use their pathing. Like how they connect nature to the path. Like I feel like these are things you never really think about until you have to build them yourself. And then it's just like, man, how do I do this? And like, what do other people actually do? This is actually a really good way to like darken some areas, is using this mulch. But not like use it as like full-on mulch. Because then it looks like you have landscaping back here. But it is a good way to like pull some of the green out of this area. You have an idea? What is it? I should visit Gold Coast in Australia. Lots of stuff to do. That'd be kind of interesting. Australia scares me. There's like little bugs that can cause you to die. Like, there's death around every corner. I feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm over-exaggerating, but Australia scares me, man. The animals, it's the wildlife. It's not really the wildlife, it's the critters. I don't trust them. Make a boat ride around the lake? That could be kind of cool. I live here and I'm still alive? That's a fair point. Now, Australia would be kind of cool to go to at some point. I'd be down with that. I really don't have much interest in ever going to, like, Asia. I don't know why. It's just... I guess it could be kind of cool to go to, like, Japan. But... I don't know. And then Europe... There's certain spots in Europe that I would be okay with going to, like, visit, but there's a lot of other spots that a lot of people really want to go to that I'm like, eh. I need to finish a book report, and I haven't finished 20% of the book. Well, does that mean you have finished 80% of the book? You're mostly there. Alright, so if we're going to extend these borders out, this is going to work fairly well for us. We'll be able to blend a lot of that in, especially this way. I don't think we're ever really going to need to extend the borders out this way. Where are they? They're like here. So I don't necessarily plan on building over this little ravine anyway. And then this way, we don't really need to do anything either. So, although it would be kind of cool to be able to build in here. So yeah, that's another thing I'll have to look at some point. I saw somebody ask what do I do? Like, what's my job? And I am a sign maker, which is a really random profession. But yeah, I work at a sign shop. I make signs. I actually run the CNC router, and I try to do their marketing stuff, although I never really have time to. I actually went to school for marketing. Actually, I got a double major in marketing and business administration, so I do want to get into the marketing side of, like, as a career path, but I've just been so busy at doing my other jobs that I haven't really had time to look. But yeah, that's something I want to move into probably by next year, into more of, like, creative marketing and stuff like that. It's actually one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel, was to be able to do, like, branding and stuff like that. A dueling coaster would be cool. That would be cool. I feel like it'd be really hard to make one of those. That actually might be something that I'd be down to try to do. I feel like that's a challenge that I would like to, at some point, try. I just feel like it'd be really challenging to do, to get to work right. Hello, Trendon. Sadly, treetop courses don't really work because none of the proper trees work with it, but I can work my way around that with other wood pillars. We'll still blend in the trees, though. Interesting. Alright. Actually, some of these are a little too cookie cutter for me, I think. Get some of those down, maybe take some of them out. And then I love these flat rocks, although I don't necessarily want to put too many of those in. These, like something like this. It's probably better. There we go. Yeah, they were just like too round and too similar before. I do want to keep... I want to try to keep rocks within like a rock texture. Roller coasters are so cool. Someday I want to be a roller coaster designer. I feel like that'd be really fun. Has anybody played with No Limits? That's like a roller coaster simulation software. That's way more than... It's not like a game, it's like a actual tool to start trying to design roller coasters. I feel like that could be fun to play around with. You want to be a graphic designer or get into movie production? Movie production's really cool. It's just very populated as an industry right now. My sister actually went to school for that. It's really hard to find a job. She's doing a lot of like motion graphic stuff though, so for her it's probably a little easier. But that said, I didn't really go to school for any of that, but I still very much enjoy making videos. Editing to me is really fun and very satisfying, especially when you do it correctly. It's really easy to spot like bad video editing, but when like video editing's really good, you hardly notice it unless you know what you're looking for. Oh, this is really cool going down this little valley now. Oof. No Limits has a steep learning curve, but it's a lot of fun once you get a hold of the tools. Yeah. I feel like I might try it. I think there's a demo version you can get. I might download that and play around with it. I don't think I can make videos with it unless I like actually buy it. But if it were something I really got into, I feel like that could be fun. Move some of these off. It'd probably be a good idea to put some rocks down here. Actually, for the rocks, I should probably be aligning them to surface. I wasn't doing that for the trees because I didn't want trees going all wonky and like sideways on us. This will look a lot better for the rocks. I do need to remember to mix some of these different color rocks in. Show us a bird's eye view? Okay, hold on 1 second. So, it's going to be weird because when you zoom out too far, the trees all kind of disappear. And this ride is so massive, it's kind of crazy. That just looks so much different now. In a very good way. Huh. Gotta go. Okay, Tony, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out. I'm planning on majoring in architecture. Not sure exactly what I need to do to graduate, but I am aiming to be in the attraction business. My dream job would be work for Mac as a designer. That could be really cool. Actually, my other sister is going to college to be an architect. I don't know what she really wants to do with that, but at one point in time, I think I was considering architecture. I think my parents wanted me to look at it too, because I was always building houses in The Sims 2 when I was younger. And they would see these and they'd be like, wow, these are like really good houses. Like, maybe you should look at this. And I was like, maybe. This rock. I like to use rocks just to add a little texture. I mean, some of these ground textures have, like these with the cracks in them, they're pretty textureful, if that's a word, which I know it isn't. But adding like another rock makes it a little bit more dimensional, which is really good. J-Dub, how you doing? A tree is floating? Oh no. Oh no, where? The tree I moved over is floating. Is it that one? Oh, this is why I didn't want to do that. Oh, we still haven't put any rocks on this island. I don't want to go super crazy with rocks around here either. Just a couple here and there. Actually, we could probably do some like on this coastline. I mean, it's not like people are going to be walking over here, but people will be able to see over here, so I think a couple of rocks on the shore would be good. I do plan on eventually doing some sort of artificial wall around this area as like a break wall for the train track. So I don't really want to worry about that too much. Check Discord, I will show you there. Okay, I will do that. I always say I don't want to go super crazy with something, and then I end up going super crazy with it, but sometimes it works. Actually, I hope most of the time it works. Yeah. Alright, I just kind of want to go back over this and look at some things like if there are rocks that maybe shouldn't be where they are, we can change them. Like that one probably should be over more like here somewhere, maybe. Some of these might not even look that great either. Pull them down a little bit because they are kind of sticking out. The Jones channel, hey, hello. What am I going to do after this coaster? That is a good question. I want to do this maintenance shed that I've been talking about for a while, so we need more like backstage area. So I'm thinking of doing like a maintenance shed or just a maintenance building of some sort right here. Or this might actually change now that some of this stuff has changed, but the orientation of it. But yeah, back here is going to be for maintenance. Plan on doing some cool stuff back there. And then connecting that up to the main path. And then after that, I think we may have like restaurants by then, so I do want to put like a restaurant down here with like the same feel as these buildings. Put that right here. Flat rides, we need some more of those around. Maybe something over here. And then an inverted coaster here. And then past that, we're going to start doing like a family area. And then like a hotel. And then potentially one or two other bigger coasters, and then I think that's pretty much it for this park. And I cannot wait to see what the FPS is going to be like when we build all that stuff out. It's already pretty bad when I run the game. It's going to be even worse when there's even more stuff going on. I've heard that multiple stations on a transport ride will really tank your FPS, so we may not open both stations for this. We may actually close the train altogether at some point, or just put it into test mode. I've heard that it's like the game is trying to have the guests think of how to get places, and they start trying to figure out if trains are a good idea, and that's what really hurts the performance, but we'll see when we get there. What state do I live in? I am in Ohio. The roller coaster capital of the world. All right. Do we see anything glaring? I never found that tree that's floating. We'll have to keep an eye out for that. Check DMs? Not right now. Like, kind of doing something. But yeah, I will check the DMs after this is all said and done. I want to go to Cedar Point really badly. I want to go back to Cedar Point really badly. I feel like working at like the corporate Cedar Point or Cedar Fair would be really cool. Alright. I feel like this island might be subject to change at some point. Might add some more detail around there. Or maybe not even detail, but just like try to add some different stuff. Maybe more rock. Maybe differ the level of the terrain a little bit could be kind of cool, but that might be for another time. I feel like this over here is a little weird. Add a train wreck? That could be kind of cool. Actually, though. Don't we have train cars as, like, props now? Where would I even find that? In scenery? Props, vehicles, I would assume. Train. That could be kind of interesting. Just like sink a train to the bottom of an ocean somewhere. It's just like an Easter egg for people who are traveling along this bridge. I should start doing more Easter egg type stuff. Like, now you guys are all gonna know that that's there. So when we do the POV video, you'll remember that and you'll see it. And you guys will be able to tell them in the comments, I was there when that happened. Train track across the water could use a bridge. I actually kind of like these as bridges because these are kind of how they did bridges for train stuff back then. The only place I think we could do something like that and do it really well is like right here. Or potentially here. Like there's so many bridges happening that I feel like if we do one, we gotta do them all. I don't necessarily sure. I'm not necessarily sure that I do want to do that. But these are fairly... Oh, man. These are fairly, I guess, realistic in terms of what they do. Just want to let you know that you're the first YouTuber that inspired me to make my own series. Thank you for the inspiration. No problem. Glad to hear that. Good luck with your channel, sire. Alright. Are we pretty good with what we did? I think we're pretty good with what we did. Should we maybe take a ride on the roller coaster? Anybody wanna go for a ride? Oh. Been meaning to do more rock texture over here. music got jazzy real quick. It happens. This is a very Bob Marley-esque song. That's probably a little bit better. Something like that. Alright. What inspired me to make the channel? I've been watching people on YouTube for a long time. And I was doing like this kind of, maybe not this high of level of detailed builds, but like in my spare time, this is kind of how I play these games anyway. So I figured, why not put it on YouTube, see if people want to watch. Turns out people do. Which is good. Alright, let's go ahead and hop on, why not? We see a face cam, not in this stream, but potentially in a future stream. Over on Twitch, I do face cam sometimes, so if you want to go hop over there, you will see a face cam at some point. Should make a stage-only area? Let's go for a ride. Let's see if my computer crashes. Oh, you know what? I have gone on rides and my computer crashed before, so if that happens, I don't want all of our progress to like lose everything. So let's save before we go on any ride. Staff only? Yes, staff only. Okay, that makes more sense. All right, here we go. But yeah, a staff only area would be kind of cool. I am doing that maintenance area, which I feel like we could make a staff only area. I wish you could make the boundaries staff only, so only like staff can walk over them. We can keep guests out right now and staff out, but we can't let one or the other go. Love your channel. Keep it up. Thank you, Gavin. Sorry for the bad grammar. No worries. Have I ever heard of the Lagoon Amusement Park in Fairmont, Utah? I have not. Is it cool? How tall is this coaster? I do not remember. We'll check that after we go on the ride here. We'll go into the stats, but yeah, we're gonna take a look at all of our new nature work. The nature adds so much to this area. This is really cool back here now. That tree might be a little too close. We'll have to check on that. We're also looking for floating trees. That tree is probably okay. This area is cool. That was the tree we adjusted. The FPS is really bad back here. And we're back toward the station area. It's a little close to that building, but I think we're okay. I love the transfer track idea. It adds so much to this. Alright. What's cool is that I had just talked about it in the last episode. Well, in this episode. But we'll be able to get, like, when we get custom assets in the game, we should be able to pull these out of the game and use them as ploppables. So, like, we could put an actual train, like, staged here. That would be really cool. Alright, and these are our ratings. Let's go ahead and check out our duration. It's over 2 minutes long. A lot of it's on the lift hill, though. The track length is absolutely absurd. It's probably a little too long. 88 miles an hour, we can go back to the future, which is always a good thing. Average speed of 30, probably dragged down once again by that lift hill. Alright, 256 feet tall is the biggest drop. And yeah, I mean, a lot of airtime, which is what these aero coasters are known for, I think. Track scenery, very high. Why, thank you. This ride is very smooth, thank you. I try to keep them smooth. That's probably been one of my things ever since Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, maybe? Because I don't think you could really... I mean, I guess my rides in Rollercoaster Tycoon were smooth, or in Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 were smooth. But they were only so smooth. You can only get so smooth in those games, but... I try to... I feel like I have a strength in building coasters in these games. Now, I may not know exactly what each kind of coaster should do. Like, I know coaster enthusiasts really love to be sticklers for, like, certain kinds of coasters need to be certain ways, you know? Like, inverted coasters need to have inversions, I believe. That's what they're supposed to do, you know? So I sometimes I probably don't nail that, but for the most part, I think we're pretty okay. I only saw half of the POV. Can we go again? Eh, why not? I think we're nearing probably the end of this build. We've done a lot of tree work. Luckily, it hasn't taken that long, but... you know what? Since there's nobody on this ride, and the cars don't, like, stop and to load and unload that much here, the second train gets stuck at the top of the hill because there's a block section there. So I'll just restart this and we should be good to go. The second to last airtime hill could get smoothed. Yeah, we'll probably take a look at that in a sec here. Alright everyone, I'm gonna head out. Have a good night. Keep it up. Thank you. I used your Toothbrush 7. That's an awesome name. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully we'll do some more of these on YouTube. I feel like that's probably a good idea. Seems like a lot of you guys are enjoying it, so... I'm playing Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 right now. Like I said, I'd actually like to boot that game back up. I don't know if I have it installed anymore, but it's a fun game. It's always cool to go back to games like that and see. I actually recently played Tropico 2 again, and it's still a good game. It's obviously very dated, and I think Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 is probably still pretty dated nowadays, but a good game is a good game. It's still absurd that, like, Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 runs as great as it does. You could have, like, 10,000 people in your park, and it doesn't even, like, skip a beat. What did I miss? You missed a lot of tree work, and now we're going through on a POV for fun. So you can kind of get a good view of everything. I missed the sunken train the first time around. Yeah, let's keep an eye out for it. It's after this hill. Should be able to see it. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe I should bring that up a little bit. Second to last airtime hill needs to be smooth. Let's check out that. Is it this one? Or is it this one? I think they looked okay. The first one could probably use a little smoothing going into it. Nice job. Thank you. What's the name for this ride? Oh, I haven't spoiled that yet, have I? We came up with Summit Runner, I think is what we're going to go with. I felt like it was a decent name. It makes sense because it's so tall. And Runner makes it like it's a very long coaster, so I felt like Summit Runner made sense for it, and I liked it, so I think we're going with that. And it kind of works with the ski lodge idea too, so there we go. Gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Gavin. Always enjoy people who want to chat. You guys have been doing awesome stuff in the chat tonight. I mean, I'm honestly not used to having the chat fly by, so if I missed your stuff, I'm sorry, but it's a nice name. Cool. I wish this was a real park. That'd be really cool. Be interesting. I wonder if we'll ever see somebody design a roller coaster in a game, and then like a real roller coaster design company approaches them and wants that design. That would be really interesting. I doubt we'd see it anytime soon, but who knows? With the future, anything is possible. Have I done a drop coaster POV? Yes, I did. There's a video on my channel. I can also go over there and do just ride it now, which is something I want to do. But before I do that, I wanted to look at, there was like a tree somewhere. Anybody remember where? Was it this? Yeah, it's this tree. I want to move this tree a little bit. Totally can't spot the sunken train on the ride. No. We'll try to fix that. It's weird because like on the free cam you can see it bright as day, but I feel like on both of those rides you're never going to be able to see it. So what we're going to try to do is pull this up. Maybe we'll just leave it like kind of poking out of the water. Let's do that. Do we have a train down here? Oh, I stopped it, that's why. Alright, we'll do one more ride. Why not? Should we do backseat ride? Or like in the seat itself? Let's do the backseat. The best thing about having people watch but not millions is that you take the time to read what I have to say. That's true. Some people have chats that go like so fast, it's like, how do you even do it? And they can only read donations, you know? Should make a blender? Isn't that like a flat ride? Is it me, or is your Twitch channel isn't open? Like, Twitch, you host someone, right? Yeah, on Twitch, I think I'm hosting. I'm not streaming to Twitch right now, if that's what you're asking. When's the POV and the cinematic coming out? They will be soon, now that we're pretty much done with all this stuff. I think probably the next video I do for the channel is going to be the POV for this ride. There's the train. Okay. Yeah, we can see it now. That's great. Love this park. Cannot wait to have it in the Steam Workshop completely finished. But I have a date to get to now. Good luck with the date, man. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you enjoyed it. Something that basically kills the rider going at hundreds of miles per hour, and it can reach upwards of 400 Gs. It breaks the game, but it looks funny. Interesting. Can't wait to go to this park in real life. Alright, we're still good. Yeah, this is definitely the highest excitement we've had on a coaster yet. I think this one was... Actually, I want to ride this one too. 6.4, and our dive coaster has 5.8 too, which by the game standards isn't great, but, you know, whatever. I do want to ride this, but I do want to get to a train that hasn't gone yet, so we'll do this. The reason why I want to ride this is because we changed the scenery area, so we added that, like, water area next to the new coaster, well, between the new coaster and this coaster, so this should be kind of interesting. Have I ever played War Thunder? No, I have not. Looks like Mako at SeaWorld in Orlando. Interesting. What's with the on-ride photo? Kind of funky. It is kind of funky. I was kind of debating that. I want to have an on-ride photo section, but the camera we set up was like, ugh. It'd be kind of nice, once we get the custom scenery, it'd be really cool to have a on-ride photo section for this, like a real decent-looking one. Planco ratings are trash. That is true, yeah. This new coaster dwarfs Alpine Spirit. It's crazy how big that thing is compared to this. Oh, you get really good views of the waterfalls. Someone had a comment in the video that said, oh, that's cool now. The waterfall from the Alpine River Rush Ride is kind of funky, which I actually agree with, but I didn't really know what else to do. You know, for my first roller coaster ever in this game, this ride's actually pretty solid. It's a little funky in spots, but it's a wooden coaster. They're all kind of funky in spots. I wondered, what is your favorite coaster in the world? I had to put my top. I think it's got to be Maverick. That ride's so cool. I love that ride. Let's go for our... You know what? Yeah. We'll start. I mean, you missed the drop out of the station, but... Steel Vengeance. I haven't ridden it yet. I feel like it might be my top once I ride it. When you do make a POV, some off-ride and cinematic shots will be amazing. Yeah, I do put those into my POV videos. It should be pretty cool. That coaster's going to be really photogenic too, so. That's why your FPS is suffering. Still got peeps in the park. Kick them out and reclaim your performance. It's not a bad idea. Just close the park down. I mean, I like to see people, like, it's rewarding to see people in the park riding. But then again, at 5 FPS, this is really bad. The camera's really weird. We're in a seat cam. Like, if we do this cam, I think it's a little bit better. We'll ride this one again. I'll limit my guest count to 1,000. I have it at, like, 3,000. I should probably take it down lower. What am I going to theme the kids area? I haven't really decided yet. Let them in when you're not building. Okay. This ride's really bumpy. I think a lot of it had to do with the camera, but I haven't ridden this in a while. Seat cam is funky no matter what in this game. Yeah, okay. I think this camera is the best, in my opinion. It's still smoothed sometimes. What other YouTubers do I watch? I'm a huge fan of Strict Toaster. Silverette, obviously. I watch Flux as well. And then I watch a lot of Rocket League professionals. I haven't really been following any series lately. Oh, and Geekism. I love his channel. It's so charming. It's so inviting. I love it. Yeah, I think this ride view is a little bit better in terms of smoothness. It would still probably be a pretty rough ride. Like if this were a real coaster. But I do think the camera smoothing is a little wonky in spots still. I love the custom sign for this one. Gravity Mod, the logo's cool. And the station's interesting. It's definitely really unique. Very modern. Was kind of a challenge to build. You know what? Let's ride this too. Why not? We'll just go around riding to finish up the stream. We'll ride some rides. Why not? There we go. I used to play Minecraft, and I would have an idea in my mind, like some massive apocalypse survival map. A fifth of the way through, I would lose interest and give up. Yeah, that's the thing about Minecraft. The thing I love to do in Minecraft is go find a village and then just build new buildings, and then watch more villagers. Like basically try to make a city. Silverette's voice. His voice is soothing. That's funny. That was probably an autosave. He hasn't posted in a while. Yeah, it's been a little while. I've actually thought about maybe approaching him to potentially do a build in the park. I feel like that would be amazing. But I'd have to see if he's open to it. He does follow me on Twitter, though, so... I guess I have an in. What's his voice is so unique. It's like, what's he do? Hello, everybody? Something like that. I can't even do it. Do I play Fortnite? I played it. I didn't really like it, so I don't play it anymore. Spires on Spires. I feel like if we could have Silverette build the resort/hotel area, that'd be like amazing. I'll have to see if he can do it. I don't know if... Oh, we got some terrain issues with this now. I don't know if he has time. I feel like if he had time to play as much as he wanted, he'd probably be playing. I feel like he's still in school, I think, right? And now that school started back up again. It's really deep and low. That's true, yeah. Yeah, he was a Sith Lord, so powerful and so wise. There was one village I found in PE that I built into an amusement park resort. That's cool. My FPS would die? Yeah, that's the problem. I could tell him to try to chill, maybe? Don't build like super crazy? Or I could leave it for like the last thing to do. His apprentice killed him in his sleep. Have I ever been to California? The closest I've ever been to California was I've been to Reno once. Years and years ago. And in Reno, there was a go-kart track that was a drift track, and it was the most fun I've ever had in a go-kart. I've never been able to find another go-kart drift track. But I would like to get out to California someday. Do I live near Roman Atwood? Isn't he in Columbus? I feel like he was in Columbus. I feel like I've watched his videos and I noticed Columbus police cars. You know what? Just for the fun of it, let's ride a train. Not this train, though. A train leaving the station. This guy. He is... I am a few hours from him. Which state do I live in? I'm in Ohio. Northern Ohio, so. I went to college down in Columbus. Could you please do some flat ride POVs? Yeah, we could do that. Is this train ever gonna go? There we go. Yeah, like I said, these trains just like pick up steam right away. They don't like build up to speed. It's really weird. Cleveland area? Yep. I am fairly close to Cedar Point. It's not a pain to get to. Kind of nervous because I'm in a symphonic band now, but I'm also excited because I'm first chair. Well, that's really good, though. That's good experience to get. There's not a lot of people that can say that, you know? If you ever go to New York, go to Coney Island, ride the Cyclone. It's so old and rickety. That has to be like a bucket list type thing for any theme park enthusiast, right? Six Flags, Magic Mountain, SeaWorld, San Diego. Not the biggest or best, but they're fun. I want to go to Cedar Point. Yeah, I highly recommend Cedar Point. It's such a good park. Obviously, the rides speak for themselves. How long does it take you to do the scenery around the Arrow? Well, I mean, tonight we've done a lot of this tree work. It wasn't very precise work, so it's only taken a couple hours. But the building for the station took probably 5 or 6 hours. Then you had the transfer track area, which was probably another couple hours. Then the queue area, which was probably another couple hours. So whatever all that is. George is back. Hello. You've missed us just riding around on our rides. We're pretty much done with building for this stream. So to wind down, we've just been driving around. Actually, when this train turns back to see the roller coaster, it's going to be really cool. Yes. Nice. Going to Six Flags Great America for Halloween? That should be pretty cool. Theme parks do a really good job with like Halloween stuff. I hope these views will pay for your time. It's not about the money. It's about sharing the experience at this point. I don't know. I feel like I should probably focus more on building up the audience on the channel and start to really put effort into seeing if I can make YouTube into some sort of career path. But hasn't been feasible yet, unfortunately. But, you know, it's a hobby, so I got into it as a hobby. And it's always going to be a hobby. Unless it proves to be feasible as a career, then we'll see what happens. You could send Gravity Mod as standalone to gaming, Channel 5 Gaming would get rave reviews? Interesting. One good thing about living in Florida is the theme parks. That's true. I haven't been to Florida in a little while. I went to Universal once. I remember I wasn't huge about it, but then again, I think I went in with like the wrong mindset. It's definitely a theme park, and I was expecting it to be more of an amusement park, and it's definitely not that. So I want to go again and look at it from like a fresh point of view. Sunken train for the win. Going to Texas over winter break for like a theme park or just for a vacation? I've been to Texas once. Went to San Antonio. It was kind of cool. Very interesting city. But their highway system bugged me. Like, it was... Ugh. It's really weird. Hello, Michael. Six Flags in Texas. Okay, that should be kind of cool. And that train really does clip through that building. That's unfortunate. Alright, on to the flat rides. Do we want to ride the merry-go-round? One of the first rides ever in the park with terrible, terrible reviews. Oh yeah, this is calming. I like it. Oh, it just ended. We gotta go again. My home park, I have a train which enters a big snake tunnel by its mouth. That's interesting. That's pretty cool. Man, so much love for the merry-go-round. Drop tower views are going to be amazing. I can't wait to do, to see what this park looks like after it's all done. It's going to be so nice. And actually, I was thinking about this. Since I have every save from every iteration of this park, like I've saved every episode as its own save, I could in theory ride that ride in every episode and edit a video together, which like as you go up, new stuff would appear in the park. I feel like that could be really cool. I might have to do that. Favorite ride in Six Flags Great America is Raging Bull. I've never been, so I have no opinion. How is the highway system weird? Okay, so the highway, like, it's like a normal highway, but right next to the highway is like a 3-lane avenue that's one way, so it runs parallel to the highway. And then to get on and off the highway, they give you like a very, very short window to get off of that avenue and onto the highway. So people are flying past you, and it's just, you don't have enough time to accelerate up. It's really weird. Like, if you're gonna drive around in Texas, you'll probably run into it and see what I'm talking about. I put a merry-go-round in my park and no one rides it. I feel like no one rides this. Like, the queue goes all the way around it and no one's ever in it. I don't know. I feel like this game's a little weird like that. I don't know if this is true or not, but I remember in Rollercoaster Tycoon 3 with like the group system, if one person didn't want to ride a ride, none of them would. And so you'd have a bunch of groups, then like one person spoiling the rides for everybody else so they couldn't go on it. It was really weird. I need a new sign for the wooden ride, the roller coaster. That's one of those things when we get the custom like scenery pieces, I really want to learn how to make 3D things because I have all these logos. I should be able to make 3D signs and actually put them in the park via that system. Should be really cool. I'm looking forward to that. Have I ever been to Hershey? Yes, actually. It's been a long time, but was it Storm Runner? Isn't that the ride there? That ride was awesome. I gotta go now. Oh. Smash bacon. Sorry about that. I'm out, man. Nice chatting with you, Xander. Good night, Smash Bacon. I know these streams are kind of inconvenient for people in countries not called North America. Or not on North America. I know we want to do the drop tower, but I think we should do... Does this thing even open anymore? It's broken, so we can't ride that one. Do we ride Dodgems? Is that a thing? Oh no, we should ride the... let's ride Cedar Speedway first. We'll wait for it to... Oh, I guess it is not started yet, so there we go. favorite ride at Hershey was Great Bear. I may have ridden that one. I don't really remember. It's been so long since I've been there. Like I said, now that I've played like this game and I've gotten kind of more into theme parks and stuff, I want to go back to all these parks and ride them again. And like ride the rides and see how they made all their decisions and the design stuff. What the? I feel like this view is probably not the view for go-karts. This view might be better. Maybe not. I don't know. It's 9:16 where you are. It's 9:16 where I am as well. But I know in Europe they're like at least 5 to 6 hours behind, so it's a challenge. Back to seat view. Is seat view better for this? Ooh, it is. It's weird because your head kind of bobs with the person, but yeah, it's almost midnight for some people. Storm Runner was really fun. Okay, so it was that. I did remember that one. But yeah. That was a great ride. I'm still streaming. Yeah, not too much longer though. We have, I think, what? Is that? Oh, we have 2 rides left. Well, we could go on this ride too. You know what? This one's going right now. Let's go on it. Well, yeah. This one takes forever to like load up. This is very relaxing though. It's kind of not the right seat to be in though. Let's go to this seat. Nope. Oh, it's a different row. Okay, well, let's find a car that's going up right now. I should make a launch coaster. Was it a launch? I think it was a launch coaster. But yeah, we should. I kind of do want to do one of those. Maybe kind of by the Cedar Speedway area. I feel like that could be kind of cool. Just because I think isn't the launch coaster doesn't have like a dragster on it. We could do something like that. You don't use MacBook for gaming? I don't. Oh, Christmas I'm going to J.K. Rowling's house in Florida. How do you get Planet Coaster for MacBook? I do not know. I think you can get Steam on MacBook. But yeah, MacBook is kind of hard to game on sometimes. Ride the drop tower? We will do that probably next. Alright. This is going to be a really cool view once we get the rest of the park done. But I think for the final thing, our music has ended as well. But we'll ride this thing, and that should just about do it. It's extremely laggy when you play PC games on Mac. Yeah, it could get bad. Not a lot of people develop games for Mac. I could be wrong, but I think The Sims is on Mac, and it's a decent game, but again, I don't have a Mac. Macs confuse me. I don't like them. I know they're a way of life for a lot of people, though. What's going to be in the next episode? So I think the next video that I'm going to do is going to be the cinematic / point of view for the new ride. Apple is too constrained. Yeah, that's true. What you can do is dual boot and get Windows on your Mac and then game. The hardware's not like super bad, but it's not like great for gaming either though, so it's like eh. But yeah, the next video is going to be probably the POV of the new coaster, and then after that we're probably going to do the maintenance area and then move on from there. We definitely need more flat rides. A lot of people have been asking for more flat rides. That view is so awesome. So awesome. But yeah, I think that should just about do it. Let's take one last inspection around, see what's going on here. A lot of stuff. It really didn't take that long, which is kind of not a good impression because I've always talked about how long this stuff takes, but we were just plopping trees randomly down through here, so it really wasn't like a super in-depth build. But yeah, I don't know. It looks so much nicer back here now. We definitely need more flat rides, yes. You should play House Flipper? I've heard of it. I haven't seen it, though, so maybe. I'll take a look at it. Dropped really early. Yeah, does it hold at the top? Can I adjust that? I don't think you can adjust that. Waiting time's just for like how long it waits to go up. Tower drop. I don't know. All right, so yeah, I think that's gonna about do it. I think for the cinematic video, I may just put some trees down in this area because we're eventually gonna be building like a building here, but I don't necessarily want to do that before the next before the cinematics come out. So we'll probably just put a bunch of trees down, and then we'll just do that for this. So it should be good. And yeah, let me go ahead and swap over to my outro, which is just like the intro. That's about it, guys. I am going to wind down here. If you liked this stream, good. I'm definitely have a bunch of people watching here. Usually on Twitch, there's not as many of you guys. So I don't know if you guys all want to hop over to Twitch and follow me over there if you have a Twitch account. I'm considering doing more streams on YouTube, so I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I will let you guys know in a future video and on Twitter and all that good stuff. Thanks so much for hanging out. It's been really fun. I loved all of you guys for this. And yeah, thanks for all the donations, and I'll catch you next time. See ya.